Uh, coming to you from an unmarked RV in an undisclosed location, this is the Radically Vtubular Podcast, featuring your driver, Dan Tansky Monster Hunter.
Where are we going, man?
You're at the wheel, you tell us. Your turtle, the bell in a shell, Toluca turtle.
Greetings, all.
And me, your loudmouth host, Oddter, the Oddter Dad VTuber. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
How y'all doing? Hello.
All right, good to see
It's
everybody
been a
again.
while.
It has been a while.
It has. We have made podcast history because we have our own very much lost episode now we can talk about. Our famous lost episode.
I was going to say that exact thing.
Yeah, that's required for every podcast.
Yeah,
we have to have a lost episode.
Unfortunately, it was also our first guest star
That
episode.
is so
Dang.
tragic.
He's coming back. Don't worry. He's coming back.
We will rope him back in.
Mhm,
All right. We dropped him off while the RV was in motion. We got to go back for him eventually.
Yeah, I think he jumped out and rolled, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, sounds like my first girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just heard a faint, I can't take this anymore,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
he was out.
did we hit something? Like, yeah.
He was out.
All right. Well, anyways, welcome back, and yeah, it has been a while, and this is a banner day for us, folks. Is we're also going to be this is going to be the first version, the first episode of the loud thud in the background, the first episode of the show where we will be simultaneously putting it up on Spotify through our lovely Dan, and I will also be hosting this on my YouTube channel. So
Yep.
double the RV. If we get virtual reality in the mix, we'll have that on Toluca's channel.
Oh my god, yes. Yes.
Oh my goodness, can you imagine VR chat with us?
I don't know. Yeah.
I just
yeah.
imagine it like proportional, so it's just like one normal sized person and you just see this tiny little otter and turtle just scurrying around.
We would need to be like on the table next to him or something.
It's
You're
like
both on the captain's chairs in the back. I'm
Dan's just
driving
like, hold
somewhere.
on, let me aim the camera downwards.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, Toluca, I don't know your quote canon height and size, but as I am officially 5 foot from tip to tail to tip to nose. That means when I stand up like I am right now, I am only about 2 to 3 feet tall.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I actually have a cannon size anywhere.
She's like, damn, I didn't think that much about it.
No,
Why are you
I'm
bringing it
just. I think because I change form a lot, because I have a pumpkin shell and I have an ornament shell, I'm just like, I think it fits the occasion, so to speak.
Yeah, don't forget the Elden Ring Turtle Pope.
Yes, I am Turtle
outfit,
Pope.
Too. Yes, Turtle Pope. Yes, very important. Yes.
up?
And that turtle is quite large. That tortoise, rather, it's quite
yes,
large.
Yes, and some of us do get quite enormous in size. So Dan might not be the biggest thing. I don't know.
No, absolutely not. No.
All right. Well,
Turtle
as
Pope's big.
everybody in the VTuber society knows, size doesn't matter. Moving swiftly onwards.
Don't Google that.
Do just don't link it into us. But that said, so we are here. So for those of us those of you just joining the show that have never heard of us yammering before, we'll just do
we apologize ahead of time.
Well, yes, absolutely that.
Yes, for Dan.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, 100%.
So we are a group of, let's say, I wouldn't say we're over the hill, but we could definitely have a good view from where we're sitting. And, well, I just thought of that. That's like the nicest way to say old.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
kidding.
yep.
That'll work. That'll absolutely work.
We are a group of what you might call mature, in the actual sense, not in the metaphorical ooh la la sense, VTubers. And we hang out and we chat about VTubing as a whole, as a I guess community, and as a hobby, and and all that jazz. So that's kind of what this is, because there was no VTubers back in the 90s, but if they were, they would have been radically VTubular.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Cowabunga, dude.
There's your read in there, folks.
Yeah.
That said, the way the format of the show is that we have a series of thoughts and questions and just topics that I keep on the lovely little wheel. I am master of all wheels, apparently, at least not those on a car. So my own show, it features a wheel very heavily, but I also have the wheel of questions and topics. But before we get to that, just to drag things out a little bit longer, why don't we take just a quick moment and introduce ourselves around the table, so to speak, for those that are just seeing the first episode on youtube.com. Let's see. Ladies first, we'll have Toluca start us off. Toluca, introduce yourself.
Okay, I am Toluca Turtle. I am a primarily gaming streamer, but I also do other streams like crafting streams, poetry streams, which I'm having another one tomorrow, but you will miss it because this is going to be out later. But I also do things on the paranormal. I talk about disability advocacy and activism and justice and all that because I'm disabled myself, and that's pretty much me. I do some exclusive content on YouTube, and I put my VODs from Twitch onto there, so that's basically where you can find me.
All right, very nice. And just on that topic of VODs and your own YouTube channel, I'll be, when I put this on YouTube, it will have everybody's links in the description below. So if you're just tuning in and you want to check out either of these lovely folks, and you want to get away from the Oddter as fast as possible, I will leave their link in the description below. So keep an eye open for that. Okay, so Dan, go ahead. Who is Dan Tansky?
Wow, I'm a paranormal variety VTuber, and I usually, but not always, stream like horror games or like paranormal stuff. And then I talk about like high strangeness, weird things in history, and I actually have a talk show that's coming up called Unsolved Mysteries, where it's called Mysteries of the Unexplained. That's it, not Unsolved Mysteries. I don't want to get blasted by NBC.
Copyright infringement.
Yeah, copyright infringement. Yeah. Mysteries of the Unexplained, where I talk about weird stuff that happens throughout history. So that's what I do. I'm on Twitch predominantly, but I do have a tiny little YouTube channel as well. There you go. That's me.
And he is also the grandfather of our Spotify account, such as it is.
That's right. Blame me. I'll take full responsibility.
And our driver, because this is Dan.
No one else can touch the pedals.
This is true. Although if we put Toluca on the pedals and we put me on the wheel, I think we'd be able to make it.
Yeah, but nobody wants me navigating. Trust me.
You just got. I just say gas, you hit the gas. I say brake, you hit the brake, and we hope for the best.
There you go.
But that
said,
go. I've put off my own fate long enough, and my name is Oddter, the Oddter Dad VTuber, and I will continue to be the Oddter Dad VTuber until another rises to challenge me for the position. But I am a talk show VTuber on Twitch primarily, but I also do a bunch of TikToks and YouTube shorts and stuff for the funny ha-has, because I love very little more than a good cup of coffee and a worse pun.
You have the dad jokes. You are master of the dad jokes.
Yeah, you live up to your name.
Yes.
All right, introductions are over. Let us get into the meat and potatoes of the episode, shall we? This is the part where you say yes.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Shoot.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes, excited. Yeah, woo.
Yes.
Also, quick fun fact: as I'm used to using a 2D model, I've noticed myself, even though I'm using just a reactive, I've noticed myself doing like all my little head movements that I would normally do to kind of, but I don't need to. I'm just reactive right now.
Stop! You're a PNG. Stop!
Like I'm just sitting here nodding enthusiastically, like I would to get my character to move around,
blinking your eyes. Yeah.
Stop. Oh, I don't have eyes. Anyway, let's give the old wheel of radical VTubularness a spin and see what our first, I was going to say punishment, but option is discussion topic. Date. Okay. I wonder if that I bet that's going to come through on the recording, because I don't know if you guys could hear it, but it had a very dramatic kind of sound.
Nice. I like that. We can
right.
add that in later. We can do that in post.
I don't think we
can do that.
I think it'll pick up on OBS. So that's
nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
At least Dan won't have to put it in. So
yes, that's right. Let's work for me.
First topic is biggest challenges you faced as a VTuber so far. So let's see here. Eeny, meeny, miny, Dan.
Wow. Mostly tech stuff. Things are happening so fast for me that I love, I love what's happening as I see it, but then I have no idea how to emulate it. Like a lot of the big VTubers have this little thing that pops up in waves and disappears, and I go, oh, I like that. And then I go, I have no idea how to do that. And then there's this one fella where you look at he looks like a claymation character, and he's actually like his avatar is an alien in a spaceship. And I remember I was watching him, and I wanted to just, give him crap. And I said, "Hey, let's see, give us a tour of your ship." And he had a way for the camera to go 360 around his cockpit, and you saw like the back of his chair and like the buttons and stuff. And I go, "Oh my freaking God! I want how did he do that?" So yes,
that's
yes,
amazing.
So
yes,
it's amazing, and it makes me feel like and terrifying, and because it makes me feel like, wow, I got a little paper cutout. Okay.
Yeah, we're just sitting over in the corner with like our little noisemakers.
Yeah. It's stick figure theater for me. So there you go. Jesus.
I'm the only one here that's not live 2D. So.
It's all right. It's all right.
PNG tubers are some of my favorite guests. I love all of my guests on my show, but PNG tubers are some of my favorites because it's so easy to set up the stream. Just turn on Discord Reactive, and I'm done.
Right.
Boom. Yes, 100%. Yes.
Again, there is something to be said for live duty, but I have all the love in the world for BNG tube as well. All right, so that's your biggest challenge has been keeping up with technology. So that's absolutely fair. And kind of on just quickly as a quick aside of interesting things we've seen as far as VTubing styles, is I saw this. I think of the name right now. There's one VTuber whose model is a piece of notebook paper, but like a drawing on a piece of notebook paper. So their character is entirely animated, but they're like a drawing on a piece of notebook paper.
I don't remember the name, but it's amazing. I've seen it. It's amazing.
So cool.
Oh, see, again, that's with the tech stuff too, and you're like, wow, oh my God, wow.
Like, it's one thing to think of that, but then they executed on it too.
Yes, yes, it's amazing.
Honestly, VTubing and VTubers and VTuber model creators are like the most disturbingly creative individuals. Like,
100%.
Yes, disturbing because it's like you never know what they're gonna pop up with next. Like, oh my goodness, and it's scary where what they might try next. I don't want to know sometimes.
Well, even the 2D, because there's a lot of folks where I can't even tell like 2D from 3D because they have 3D that looks like 2D. It's cell shaded because they look like cartoons, man. And I think that's amazing too. It's staggering what's happening now. And everybody says, okay, it's oversaturated, yada, whatever. Man, just the tech and just what people are coming up with is amazing. I'm still looking for cool VTubers to watch. So yeah, I'm still invested.
There's one that looks like an old-timey black and white cartoon.
Yes.
Yes. There's one that is like in a grainy television, and you can see her through like the grainy like 90s 80s television.
Yes.
I mean, some of this
100%.
is so amazing.
Mm-hmm. Really. And then of course, like I do have a live 2D model, but it's very simple, but it's all I need, mind you. But it blows my mind. It's like even just the simplicity of my little wiggly otter self, so complicated. The people think of these advanced models like, oh
yes, 100%.
Yeah, some models have like 50, 100 layers because everything has to move, and it's quite complicated.
And that's not even. I mean, you have to have the hardware and know the hardware to deal with that too, and I do not.
I run on a potato with a dream. That's about it.
Yeah, you and me both, man. I got a bunch of hamsters running over here.
They're so tired, Dad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get back to work.
Yeah. Please, can we have a little more coal for the holiday season? Humbug.
That's right. Back to it.
All right. Okay. In the interest of not making Toluca the next victim immediately, let's see here. My biggest challenge is the VTuber. Well, I you know what? I ran into a challenge recently that I may or may not have whined about publicly on Twitter. So, just the stupid little things about each different social media thing are so stupid, really, really stupid.
Well,
that works. Yeah.
Well, as far as what, like, I mean, you can tell that the media is fracturing. It's no longer just like I'm not calling it X, man. It's no longer Twitter anymore. I mean, it can't be. It's so many other places.
I'm not even talking about that. So I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter, but just yesterday, and I made the stupidest discovery that was like how was I supposed to figure this out? Like, so as I mentioned, I put shorts on TikTok, right? Like that's one of the things I do. I like it because they're like 30 seconds. I like making them. I enjoy making puns. Blah 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 blah. But there's very little more frustrating to me than nobody ever even seeing. I don't care if they hit like, subscribe, the whole 9 yards, but the fact that a lot of my material was not being seen at all.
Oh, yes.
That was very frustrating to me. But you know what I found out yesterday, and it was the stupidest thing in the world, is that TikTok has an artificial intelligence like screening system where it will screen some parts of your video to some degree. I couldn't even begin to gather what exactly it does, but what it did was it read I had a little logo. It was just a square with my face in it, and like the TikTok logo and the Twitter logo and blah, blah, blah. Just like, hey, I am on these socials. Come check me out, please. I beg you. Right? It was square shaped. Now keep that in mind.
Okay.
Because that's important.
They're like, no squares.
Yes,
no squares.
That's exactly correct.
No wire hangers.
Oh my goodness.
Because it read it as a goddamn QR code. And QR codes are forbidden by TikTok.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, jeez.
And
how did you find this out? How did you find this out, dude?
Well, so
how did you find out?
So I was very frustrated because, and here's the thing: is it doesn't always do it. It just when it's a certain size square, I guess. And so I was looking at it. I was looking at my video. What do you call them? Metrics or whatever. And I was like, oh, good Lord. So I got like 200 views on one, which to me is a huge amount. I know somebody's like 200 views, a million, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Bite me. I'm very happy with my 200 views. But then I'd get like two views. I'm like, well, that's a dramatic swing.
Yeah, like, what the hell happened? Yeah.
So I started, for a while, I just kind of like, well, it do be like that sometimes, whatever. So I'm looking into things like, okay, maybe I need to do a time of day, certain days of the week, different color in my background. I'm thinking of all these things.
I heard, I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that TikTok is not fond of VTubers either in general. Have you found that out? I've heard people say that, and I'm like, I don't do it enough to like even say anything.
Right now, I don't know. I don't get a lot of. The comments I do get are people that are nice so far. I've only ever gotten like 3 hate comments, and they were on.
Well,
YouTube.
no, I don't know. I don't mean that. I mean as far as like viewership about putting your stuff out there. Yeah, as a company, I meant about like being able to have a great deal of exposure. I don't mean like people exactly as far as hate. I mean like being quote unquote shadow banned and stuff. Because I have no idea. I haven't noticed anything specifically, and I see plenty of YouTubers come across my For You page. Nice.
But on the topic of the For You page, so the whole me experimenting with what the heck's going on, why do I have such drastic shifts in just views? I'm not talking likes, I'm not talking comments, I'm not talking new subscribers, I'm talking just how many people actually got to see my video, right? And I am looking at it, and I notice a little button that's like, oh, additional insights. I'm like, okay, well, maybe this will give me some kind of idea. You know, I can look at the time of day and compare it, right? And I click, and I see a red banner across the top of it after clicking. It says, this is not eligible for the For You page. I'm like, oh?
Look at this. Okay.
And it opens up, it's like, this video has been flagged as low content, unoriginal, or QR code content.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, well, low effort. I mean, you could argue it doesn't take me long to make my videos, but I do spend quite a bit of time writing each of them.
Right.
That's not like two hands hitting rocks together though that I've seen on. Yeah, I mean, so what the hell, man?
So at first I thought, oh man, they just are since it's so, because my videos are very short, granted, but they have to be under a minute because I post the same shorts from TikTok on YouTube as well. So and YouTube only lets you do minute-long shorts. So So I can't go much longer than that. So it has to be a minute or under. So it's usually pretty short. So I think, oh, maybe that's it. Maybe I need to start doing longer videos. And then I noticed one of my other videos that did very well had a different warning on it. And that warning said, hey, just so you know, videos that are longer than a minute get more viewers. I'm like, huh, well, that's strange for that to be on this video that's short. But the other one says this has been marked as low effort. So I thought maybe it's not low effort because they gave 3 tossable answers, right? So I was like, okay, so let's go unoriginal. I'm like, well, no, I wrote everything. I made it myself. I'm not like sitting in front of a green screen and just having somebody else's video play behind me while I go,
Right.
Yeah.
I hate those videos.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan either. Not a big fan either. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
If you're gonna react to somebody's content, add something. Don't just sit there and go,
right.
And that's it. I hate that. Anyways, so finally it comes to the last option, QR code, and I'm like, well, I obviously don't have a QR code in my, and then something just kind of sparks in my tiny otter brain when I look at my square little logo with the square-shaped logos for each of the social medias. I'm like, if I was an idiot, artificial intelligence, I might read that mistakenly as a QR code.
Right.
Like, you son of a bitch. That can't be it. No, that can't be it. So what I did, I took down the video I had just posted that day that had gotten that flag on it, right? And all I did was crop out the logo. I cropped out my own logo.
Dude.
It went from literally 0 views, people. 0 views after several hours. I put it up again with the cropped out logo. 300 views.
Holy
oh my gosh.
shit, man.
I was like,
okay, so that was definitely
it. You nailed it. You nailed it.
Yeah, that was a QED moment. So
that's
like,
actually good to know though for people.
So is it just if you have a text bubble that looks like a box? It's as simple and as horrible as that, huh?
Apparently.
It's just like fuck that. I mean, you cracked the code,
ridiculous.
Man. Yeah, you cracked the code.
And I couldn't, and the funny thing is, at first I thought, no, that can't be it. It can't be that simple. Maybe I just got lucky. So I did it again. I grabbed another, same day, within like 2 hours of each other. I grabbed another one of my videos that had like 0 views. Took it off TikTok, cropped out the logo, popped it back on. 315 views.
Oh my god.
Goddamn, man.
I was like, okay, well, there we go.
Yeah,
ta-da!
Definitely.
Ta-da!
Ta-da, indeed. So needless to say, the handful of my future videos are going to be the videos that got no views before, with the logo changed out to my new round logo.
Yeah, because if no one saw it, we might as well post it again.
Yeah.
So that's been my biggest challenge, is understanding the stupid little nuances of each social media.
Oh man,
and what to do. So
that's unbelievable,
I know,
dude.
Right?
Yeah, but I mean, you scienced it. You did your due diligence. You found out why.
I dumb lucked into it. Is what I did.
But boom, you did it. That's great.
And granted, you can appeal, like the little red thing that said this is not eligible. You can appeal that, and ostensibly a real person will look at it.
Sure it will.
No, they'll just run it through the AI again.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what my thought process was. So. So I took matters into my own hand, and I went through, and I took anyway. So yeah, that's my long-winded answer to the biggest challenges, just knowing the stupid little nuances of each little thing.
Oh my god, yeah, and yes, but it's not even a nuance. It's you discovered this. It's nowhere. It's nowhere blatant, And if you'd read it, if I would have read it, I would have been like, I don't have a code anywhere. What the? I don't know.
Yes. So somebody's telling you you're unoriginal.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
First of all, those 3 options being a part of the same bracket is very like misleading.
Yes. 100%.
Like, okay, unoriginal. Okay, that is definitely a thing. It's like, what was the other thing? Low effort, unoriginal, or low effort. Okay, fair enough. Those 2 can definitely go together. But then add in QR code to that.
I know, yeah, because 2 are a fucking opinion, and 1 is a fact. I mean,
exactly.
What is
that
a
is so weird.
Fact?
Right, exactly.
Like, what the fuck?
So yeah, that was my aha moment for the month.
Nice.
All right,
good job, man. Good job.
And so yeah, now my logo is round. Toluca, what has been your biggest challenge as a VTuber thus far?
Well, I'm technologically inept, but I have a husband who helps me with everything. So that's not too bad, but I would say I want to edit, but I don't. So like trying to like figure out editing and everything, because every time I look at an editing program, I like break out into a sweat and everything.
Yeah.
They are so terrible, even like the easiest ones for me. So I'm just like, okay, we're not doing that. So part of that would be like getting myself to that point, but also sometimes I don't know how to say this. I'm old, so I don't go into the drama, like who's having beef with who. I don't care about that. But sometimes on Twitter, I see so many, let's say, opinions that bother me to the core. And I want to say something because some of them are so ignorant that I feel like grandma's got to school you youngins now. But
Get the cane.
yeah, like recently, okay, there was this disabled VTuber. I'm just giving you an example. And this disabled VTuber, of course, streams when she's able. And then somebody's like, if you can stream, you're not disabled enough to not have a job.
I saw that.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too, man.
And I'm like,
keep on trucking.
And I'm like,
keep on trucking.
excuse me, like, I'm like, do I have to have these streams where I discuss what disability is, that it's on a freaking spectrum? Like, just because I can stream like 2-3 days a week for 2 hours, can I hold down a job that way? I can stream laying down because of my little avatar. It's like, give me a job where I can do it 6 days a week laying down that's not sex work and make a good living. I'm just being serious at this
You always
point.
Got to read the fine print.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Don't look at me, man. I tell everybody that my streaming is art therapy, and I'm not lying.
Yeah, but you know, so sometimes sometimes I just see opinions that verge from ignorant to harmful.
Yes,
because then
shitty.
other people will start parroting these opinions. Like, yeah, how can they not have a job? And I'm just like, we need to teach them. They're young. They're ridiculous. We need to teach them. But I'm like trying to figure out how to do it in such a way that people aren't like, you're obviously attacking or you know nothing. Me, like the Queen Crip over here, they're like, you don't know anything about that. I'm like, I've been disabled since birth. I've had cancer twice. You think I don't know about disability? Please. But yeah, so I'm just like, where to get involved and engaged in certain battles without making it a drama pit is kind of like another one. So that and editing.
Absolutely.
I gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah, so here's the thing. The drama is not a lot of people like to make VTubing out to be this big drama pit, but that's just the internet, man.
True.
Pretty much.
Like VTubing, okay, there's a fair amount of VTubing drama, but I mean, I'm sorry, but wasn't there just a giant thing where a face streamer like doxed the hell out of somebody for fun?
Yeah, knocking on their door. A very famous one knocking on their door at like 1 o'clock in the morning, midnight. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Go ahead and blame VTubers for that one, buddy.
yeah.
The only argument.
My thing is, they're kids. I shouldn't say that because I sound like a fucking boomer. But look, anybody younger than me, it's just like, well, I'm not a boomer, damn it. I'm an Xer. But they're just so fucking young and just a lot of stupid. Like that same person, they ask their chat, they go, should we go commit crimes? Should we go commit crimes?
Yeah, no. Well, yeah, the answer is always no.
Well, their chat said yes. And in my mind, you know, being a former prosecutor, I'm like, well, you just admitted you're committing a crime. You just
right, exactly.
Yeah,
and your chat's not the one that's going to go to jail.
Yeah, you've actually done it right here, and you're like filming yourself.
It's hardly a defense in court.
Yeah,
right,
no
yeah.
Chat made me do it.
And
sorry.
That's the thing. Unless somebody is like literally forcing you to do something at like gunpoint or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Guess what? It's going to be your ass in court. Nobody else's.
Yes, 100%. 100%. That being the case, I do hope that California charges her. So let's move on.
Yeah. So fair enough. All right. So that's any last comments on VTubing challenges?
Nah, it's just. I think honestly, it is still. I mean, everybody's saying like it's been around for a while, maybe in internet terms, but it really is sort of a new media. But it follows the rules for old media. If you look back, like radio had this kind of nonsense and craziness, and TV certainly did, and before that, even movies. So I mean, it's just,
yeah.
I think honestly, it's fucking humans being human. Just
accurate.
A lot of fucking stupid people.
Right.
Reject humanity, return to Oddter.
Yeah, that's true, man. It's true. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So yeah. Ultimately, a lot of the drama out there, it just boils down to people fucking.
Mm-hmm. For the most part, it's why we can't have nice things. Absolutely.
I mean, or I steal them.
That's what those pockets are for.
Yeah, I got pockets of holding on. A fun otter fact is otters have pockets under their armpits.
Mm-hmm.
We straight up we beat out kangaroos. We said, you know what? Not only are we gonna have 2 of them, we're gonna have them concealed.
Nice.
All right, but this is not the otter stream, so let's move on. Let's see here. All right, spin my mighty wheel of nonsensory. Let's go. Okay, this is actually a recent addition to our wheel. For those that wonder about what goes on behind the scenes, is we often message each other back and forth on Discord. Okay, we should add this to the next episode. We should add this to the wheel. Blah blah. So this one was just today, stealing each other's audiences.
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
I mean,
I'm sorry. I don't know what that means.
So,
I can explain it.
Okay,
yeah, please. I mean, I feel stupid. I don't know what that means.
Go ahead, go first.
Okay, so say Dan and I are friends.
Okay.
And
we
like,
are friends.
Okay, good.
We've been on each other's shows.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
Okay, so Dan Otter and I are.
You stole my fans.
Yeah, kind of. Yes. Okay. So like, say you
what
like.
Did you do? Like you're like Krampus. You took a big bag out.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's like, okay. Say like, I'm in your Discord and like, I'm streaming, right? Mm-hmm. And then. So I'm streaming and some of the people from your Discord wander over because you introduced your audience to me. And then later on when you go live, I'm still live, but your audience didn't follow you over. So like they're still watching me because that's where they were. Or how they, if we stream both at the same time or whatever, they're like, oh, you stole my audience. Like they should be watching me instead. And it's like, okay. Like, there's so much wrong with that. Like, one, people are not fucking objects. It's not your hairbrush.
Yeah.
I honestly hate how people treat people. They objectify people so much. They objectify, like, the people at the top of the streaming pile. They objectify their viewers. Like, oh, no, this is mine. You can't have this. Or when I'm streaming, they should know to be with me. And like, oh, why were they in your chat when you knew I was going live? And some people have actually had this thing where they have pinged in their Discords their followers and being like, hey, don't go to so-and-so's stream because I'm going live in an hour. And it's like, they're allowed to decide where they want to go. Maybe the game is more compelling. Maybe they just want to hang out with the people there. Maybe they don't leave after an hour to follow someone else. It's not your business what they do.
I can't even fathom that. So, well, by that logic, Iron Mouse stole me from the Weary 101.
Let's be honest. Takahata owns all of us anyway.
Well, I mean, yeah, right. So basically, I was as Ataka. And then, but he put Iron Mouse on the show to talk to her and hopefully boost her up because that's why we're supposed to be my head hurts. My head hurts.
Yeah,
Toluca.
that's
Hold on. I gotta pull over and vomit. Hold on. What the fuck? Who is coming up with this shit? Who is coming up with this shit?
That ties us back to that whole drama thing, doesn't it? So here's the thing.
I actually think people are insecure though too.
Exactly.
I guess
Toluca nailed it like right on the head. Hammer right on the head of the nail here. Is they are viewing the viewers. Wow. As a commodity, like they are a number that fills up my bar, that gives me the happy tinglies in my brain, right? And you took the number is slightly lower because some of those numbers are on your screen giving you the numbers, and that's not cool.
I still, I mean, okay, hold on, I'm recovering a little bit, but I feel like I've just taken a bunch of crazy pills, because like what happens if I'm talking about something that it's not very interesting, and then people go, hey, Toluca's on, Jim and Toluca are friends, I'll go over and see what Toluca's doing. Wait, my head.
Yeah.
What I don't, my
That's
head.
stealing, like especially if you and I are streaming at the same time. It's stealing.
What
because
if they don't like the game I'm playing? What if they don't like what I'm talking about?
They were your original viewers, so they belong to you, quote unquote.
I see.
It's really gross. It's really honestly gross.
No, you're absolutely.
And you guys both know about this. I know nothing about. I'm happy. I know nothing about it.
I mean,
I'm happy. I know nothing about this nonsense.
I've seen the discourse on Twitter. Let's
okay.
I wouldn't say I know about it personally.
All right, you guys know that Twitter is one of the planes of hell. I'm just gonna throw it out there, right?
Like Twitter and Reddit and
you know that,
way
right?
Down at the bottom is 4chan.
Well, I've been in a Discord before where they've had these discussions, and VTubers will actually like fight each other because the one person thought the other person was their friend, and then they're like, "You're stealing all my viewers," and it's like, geez, like, what am I doing? Like, let them choose. And I can't even begin, but it's something that happens more often than you'd think.
Very often.
Oh my God.
So just want to let you guys into the diseased brain of Oddter, because this whole time you said fighting, and all I can think is like a fighting game with VTubers.
I know, yeah.
What would be your up B special, Toluca?
I think I would disorient someone to walk off the stage.
Hey, Toluca stole my move. She stole my move.
Oh, no, we have to have a fight in your Discord about it, and then bring all our fans in the middle.
She stole my move.
Dan,
I
just see you like pulling out a phone, pressing a button in a van with like people in black to show up and
a bunch of men in black. It's a brick phone though from the 90s.
Yeah, the Nokia.
Yeah, the Nokia brick phone. Oh my God, man. I mean, if I just at a certain point you gotta kind of scratch your head and you go, has anybody looked in a mirror and you go, maybe it's you. Maybe they don't want to.
Are the bane of the internet dwelling person.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes. I mean, has anybody once considered maybe it's me? Hold on. Maybe I'm not as entertaining as this other person.
I'm the problem. It's me.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've seen people who have like 10, 15 viewers arguing over people, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. I mean, the smaller your audience is, the more I get that you might feel the more precious each person is, because you get to know them on a like more individualized basis. At least if you're a good streamer, you know certain things about people who frequent your chat room. It's just how it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But see, to me, one of the great things about being a VTuber is that I can introduce people to more great content.
Exactly. That's like the entire point of my show.
Yeah, 100%. Why else invite people on to your show? I guess by that logic, you'd never do a collab because you'd fear that somebody else would take them. What the?
Yeah. You wouldn't raid anybody or anything.
Let me play devil's advocate. There is a flip side to this conversation. There is some legitimacy to some complaints, and it's not actually stealing. It's more about being frustrated at people trying to. Because the other side of that conversation is there is a very large subset of VTubers or streamers in general that will actively, let's call it poach. They'll do things like, oh yeah, hi, if you like this stream, you should definitely come check out mine that's starting in 3 minutes, and that's all they came to the stream to say.
Well, that's bitchy.
That's
bitchy.
pretty terrible. That's pretty shitty to come in to. Okay, granted, that's never happened to me, but that's pretty shitty to come into somebody's chat and go, "Hey, this person's a dick. If you like their stuff, mine's better."
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
like I said, there is some legitimacy to that notion that people will actively try that. Now that still demeans the viewers to say, okay, they're only watching you in the absence of any other option, and they're just sheep that'll say, oh, I'll click the link that appeared on screen automatically.
Holy shit.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it's another side of the coin, but it is still part of the same. Why are you like this?
Good God. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, but I've actually seen streamers who are friends, like, literally have a division between everybody, and then the fans feel like they have to choose because if they chose side A or side B. But yeah, I have seen it where people go in and try to market their stuff, but that is, to me, it's a whole different kettle of fish.
Oh, it certainly is. I'm just saying that is in my, at least my understanding of it, that is what people are acting like the other person is doing. And stealing their viewers. Hi, Beanie.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It gets wild down here. It really does.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I just like, so again, by that logic, like, okay, so let's say everybody in VShojo's on and I like them. So am I stealing from one to the other because they're on at the same time? I have... Who's ever has a game or is talking about something I'm interested in, I'm gonna go watch it. I mean, that's just what's gonna happen.
Yeah, because
nobody's
not everybody's
got a gun to my
be...
head. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Sometimes I don't like to watch Project Zomboid. I mean, whatever. Dude, whatever. I'm feeling like something else for the day. What the fuck? That just kind of screams a desperation for me.
That's correct.
That just that's a lot of some desperation.
Yeah, and insecurity. Like, oh, they were mine first. Like,
that's
get
like
over
back
it.
in the Donahue days where like they're fighting over the same man, and this guy's just sitting there with this goofy ass smirk on his face. I'm like, guys, walk away from this guy.
and I don't want to be that guy, but I do want to point out that it is also a facet of the fact that so many VTubers, they're kids. They really are.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I said that just a little while ago. Yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm kind of, but like, and we as the elderly VTubers, such as it is, we kind of look at it and shake our heads, right? But that's their whole world. Like that is generally in their mind, that is all there is to life.
That's why people tell people to touch grass.
Yes, 100%. Yes. You're not your job or your career, but a lot of the young folks I know, they're desperate and trying to make this their livelihood and stuff. But man, that's not the way. No, that's definitely not this.
And a lot of the whole thing is that desperation will automatically show through, right?
Oh yeah,
like it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like if you are that desperate for views where you're like yelling about the other person, the viewers are gonna again, they're not stupid. They're gonna be like, wow, this guy's kind of a dick.
Pretty much, right? Absolutely, yeah.
And that's gonna directly affect their interest in you.
No, I'm with you 100%.
I mean, I've got like
guys, you taught me something today.
I like them.
I was gonna say I have. I'm teeny, so I have viewers that I know, like they kind of go away and they come back, and they go away for like a month or two, and then they'll pop back, and I would throw myself under a bus if I would say, "Where the hell have you been?"
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Have you been with someone else?
Yeah, it sounds like a jealous lover at that point.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck?
Whose URL do I smell on you?
Yeah.
What in the fuck is this kind of madness?
It is.
Like, holy shit!
I was just in the stream by accident. I swear.
That's right.
Oh,
Project Melody. She means nothing to me.
You know what? That's a whole other kettle of fish.
What the
don't
fuck?
Google that.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Melody's a lovely person.
She's wonderful. She's the most wholesome person. Yes. Yes.
She's wholesome a lot.
I believe she is. I believe she is wonderful and wholesome.
Let's just say she is a mature VTuber.
Yeah,
so if you go looking, you're looking for that sort of content.
Yes.
She's the other kind of mature. We're mature that is not like rated M mature.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. Any hoozles. So that ended up not being like a round robin version, but I feel like there was no need to go in terms for stealing each other's audience. But yeah. So any other comments on stealing each other's audience before we move along?
I got nothing. I got nothing.
Dan's still a little flabbergasted.
I'm still throwing up a little bit out here.
Try to get it out the window, Dan.
Yeah, I know.
Get the Tesla on the other lane.
I know.
Your viewers are people and individuals, and they're not lava lamps, and don't treat them as though they are a commodity.
Yeah.
Man, I want to go out and buy a lava lamp now. I have not had a lava lamp in years.
I love the glitter lamps. I am old.
I still have my lava lamp from when I was a kid. So
I bet you do.
They're made right here in Chicago, by the way. The only place they're made officially. The lava lamp made here in south side of Chicago. Yes.
I like the ones with glitter in them.
Nice, very nice.
I'm gonna do an Oddter lava lamp.
That would be nice,
man.
That
would be awesome.
That would be nice. Very nice.
All right, so that's if I ever get around to doing merch, I'm gonna do stickers with stupid things that I said on them and lava lamps apparently. Oh,
nice.
Coffee mugs.
I want to do a Gary plushie. I think that would be fun. I think I could do a Gary plushie.
Gary, your ghost?
Yeah, my ghost. Yeah. Who the hell wants a plushie of me? I'm gonna do a Gary plushie.
Say Gary, and my brain goes to meow.
Oh no, my Gary. Yeah, Gary. Yes.
Dan body pillow coming soon.
Yeah, nobody wants. Not even me. I don't even want that.
The mouse pad.
Yeah, no.
No, it's one of those wrist rest mouse pads, but it's just like your head, and it's just covered in tinfoil.
Nice. That's great.
I can see that.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, kind of.
My God.
All right, moving swiftly.
Please move on.
All right, I think we got time for about one more. My timer's showing about 45 minutes or so. Let's see here. Let's spin the old wheel. We got 3 possible options still on the board. Let's see what's out there. Oh yeah, this is why I downloaded an app. Holy moly, why did I write so much? Okay. What do you think are the pros or cons of sharing select personal information about yourself while VTubing, such as ethnicity, disabilities, etc.? I'll go first. I feel like I've made each view. And I also have the least to say, so we'll get me out of the way.
There you go.
So I think so back to the whole topic of viewers being people, right? Like, if people are coming to your stream, it's because they want to interact with you, right? Like that's the whole concept. So if you're not gonna be just in character all the time, the only other option is to be your. And then that's kind of, you can't not share some things while being yourself, right?
100%. Yes, I completely agree. Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty much anybody that's been on my streams has probably heard the Bean's real name at one point or the other, just because she breaks something. I go, ah! And I yell her real name out. I'm like, wait, no, damn, Bean. But I mean, if you're not sharing something about yourself, then you are just acting a character, which is fine in its own degree. But I think there's definitely pros and cons to both, and like the pro of being able to share a little bit of yourself is that you don't need to be on all the time, right? You can just be yourself. I think it's okay. I think that's all right.
That makes perfect sense. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I have to say about it. Is the pros and cons. I mean, yeah, there's pros and cons, but the pro of sharing a little bit about yourself is just that you can be honest.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
Like, I had a vasectomy a few weeks ago. There you go.
Oh, that must have, yeah. Oof. Ouch!
I was
ouch.
immune to the painkiller.
Oh, I'm so sorry, dude.
Yeah, that was something to hear about. Let me tell you.
Toluca already knew that, but now Dan's scarred with that one.
I had a good friend who he was gonna I was working with him and he's like, yeah, no, it'll be fine. I'll come back to work.
It was not fine.
He never came back to work. He never came back to work. I'm like, no, I don't think so.
So any of the masculine individuals out there, the AMABs, I think.
Yeah.
Out there that are thinking of going through the process, get some dental work first. Find out if you're resistant to the painkillers beforehand, because it's not a great way to find out.
Fuck.
Right.
Dude. Oh god.
It was not a good day for Oddter.
I bet.
Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about, let's say, Dan.
You know what? I mean, yeah. There's. I mean, the people on my stream know. They know my past, and it's part of it is I want to make it so for the most part it's sort of disconnects from their immersion. Immersion is fine, but hey, I like people to know there's a real person back here too, and I think a lot of folks have a problem with that. So telling them, hey, look, I'm really 53 in real life, and the joke really is on Twitter and stuff that I'm a 16-year-old boy pretending to be an old man because it's a bit, but that's the joke. But no, I mean, I think it's important.
The biggest plot twist of my life.
No shit, right? And you see me, I'm just I turn on the camera and I'm just a little kid. Hi, I fooled you all. Yeah, I fooled you all. No, but I think it's kind of. I mean, look, I tell people what I've done. With me, I'm like, hey, I was a lawyer, I was a prosecutor before that. I mean, a lot of the things are real. They're real, and I want people to know that there is a real person. And I think a lot of times, especially now, people have problems with that. I think humans, we fall into the subjective. Here's just me on my soapbox. We fall into the subjective very easily. I mean, it happens with books, right? So I'm not going to say this is a new phenomena. It just happens. It's just what we do. And I think it's a good thing to do it. Now, on one hand, I will tell you that. But on the other hand, I ain't telling anybody my real address or anything. Well, God, I mean, no. I ain't doing. Well, listen, dude. I mean, when we were kids, that was no big deal. That was called a pen pal, my man. Right. We would give out addresses all the time.
I had a pen pal.
Yeah, me too.
So I mean, the world has changed to the extent that you can't do stuff like that, and for better or worse, I think it's worse. You just can't do stuff like that. So a lot of things I don't I'm not telling people what medications I'm on this month or shit like that. But I mean, telling people like real stuff, I think that's a good thing. I think that's a really good thing. Yeah.
All right. Very good. Thank you. Toluca.
Well, I'm forthright to the bone.
You're not a turtle. You're not really a turtle.
Right. Everybody is shocked by that. Yeah.
My immersion.
Biggest plot twist. But I wanted to be a character, and I never was because that's just not who I am. But, I'm crip as fuck. So that means when everything I do, every part of who I am, I can't get away from my disability. It's just not something that happens. When I'm streaming, if I'm doing a crafting stream and I'm sitting up, after an hour, I'm fidgeting in the chair. I got to get the hell out of it and lay down. And everybody just kind of knows, well, she has chronic pain. That's just kind of how it is because it will affect different parts. And I'm not going to lie to people and be like, oh, I left something on the stove and now it's burning and I got to go. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be like, yeah, my whole body is basically screaming at me to go lay down. Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to lie about it. It affects everything I am. I am not ashamed of it. I am just me. And it's not just about showing people humanity. It's about if somebody comes to my stream, they know who I am. And in turn, maybe it makes them a little more comfortable about who they are. Maybe they don't type well and they're like, I'm sorry, I have my handshake, or I can only use one hand because I have I'm an amputee or something, so it takes me longer. And I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. We all got our shit, So it lets people understand that if they have other things that, at least on some level, I dig it. I understand it. And I'm not going to like dog on you if like we're in a Discord call and you have a disabled accent and people are like, oh my God, and they start like mimicking you. I'm shutting that shit down. Yeah. Because, and they will know that. They can be that with me. And it's like, I'm open about being a married asexual. And people are like, well, that's not possible. And I'm like, yes, it is. And
that's not possible.
Okay. Or being an asexual person who still does engage in sex. And I don't like give my routines out for everything. This is not Toluca XXX After Dark. But
pay extra for that.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I don't have my only turtle set up yet. So I'm trying to, I'm very honest about who I am, and I'm hoping it gives people comfort and safety, and it gives them knowledge that they might not have had before. Because like I said, I do educate a lot about being disabled and what that entails and what that might look like. And I just want somebody to come in and be like, even if I don't like her, even if I hate that she fucking swears and everything like that, it's just, I want a very genuine experience. I want to get to know people on a deep level. And I don't want somebody to be out of left field, be like, oh my God, I didn't know she was this or that. Because if you don't like disabled people, you're going to know right away I'm not for you. And hey, cool. I don't want you there.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Keep on fucking trucking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Find somebody. Find somebody who thinks that all these difficult, nasty things about disabled people or asexual people or whatever. Yeah, exactly.
So truth. Yeah.
Yeah. So go find those people. You're not welcome here, but I want people to know that you can do the streaming thing even if you're not typical. You can find a place where you can just maybe breathe a little easier. And I that is so important, to be welcoming. And if I can say, this is how I'm different, and the door is open for all kinds of differences, and I hope that you will in turn leave your door open for me, I think it becomes a more like comfortable gathering space.
That's part of my policy on cultivating your peace. Is having the individuals that you're never going to have to, if you're honest with people, you're never going to have to worry about people finding out,
Right.
And that's so much energy goes into not being honest. Like
that's very true, man.
I always say that I don't lie, not because I'm a good person. I just find it exhausting to have to keep it up.
Right.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
I also know why some people do have to hide depending on where they live, or like certain other things that are like that. So I'm not saying, if you live in a very conservative household, just come out as your trans self. I'm not saying that. The first thing you have to do when you tell anybody is to know that you are going to be safe. When I'm online and I tell people I'm a Crip, they can leave or they can call me names and get booted, but I don't have to worry about, is someone going to kick me out of my house because I'm disabled? I don't have to worry about, someone out me as asexual at my job, and then my boss is going to be like, well, what the hell is this about, Toluca? So you always have to, it's always safety first. And
and there's definitely some circumstances where it's like, we can understand why you're not.
Yeah, it's safety first, and one of the good things about online in most cases is that you can cultivate a little bit of safety.
Well, I think it's the same thing as far as like with doxing yourself. I'm friends with somebody who's a VTuber, and they put it right out there on Front Street, and I respect the shit out of them that they have schizophrenia. And for me, I would find it very hard to put down my mental illness. I mean, I have one, that's fine, but I'd find it very hard to do it. So I think to each their own too. I think everybody has their comforts, You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you do what works for you. That's the trick. And then you just don't. I mean, I got the utmost respect for her. I that's just not something I would do. Yeah. So yeah, teach their own.
Exactly. And and that's I don't think any of us are trying to say one way is better than the other. It's just there are always things to be considered, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Like
100%.
Little fun otter fact. In my first couple of streams, I almost dedicated myself to a bit of a very fake British accent.
I remember you telling me this. Do you know that Snuffy did that squeaky voice for like a year?
I did know. Yep.
Yes, until she couldn't take it anymore. She's like she couldn't take it. It was the same thing with you. You just couldn't take it, or what happened?
I didn't even make it because it was just I couldn't. It was so exhausting to keep it up because it wasn't just like a bad British accent. It was like a bad boisterous, like oh verily, ha ha ha, kind of nonsense.
Oh God.
And
okay.
then like 3 minutes in, I'm like, no.
I can't do this anymore.
Keep that up. No, I do not have the balls for that.
Nice.
Yeah, and I know a lot of like female presenting VTubers who will actually like put on a higher voice, like, you know, squeaky like you were talking about, but like a year or two later they'll start talking in their normal voice and they're like, oh my God, you have a lower voice register for a woman, so you're really a man. And it's like, yeah, do you know how many times I've been called a man or a trans woman, which is not an insult to be called a trans woman. Okay, just saying. But how many people have accused me of being like a trans woman or a man who's pretending to be a female turtle, I guess? I don't know. I don't even have like the big boobs to lure in the men or whatever they accuse me of.
Are these folks coming in your chat, man? I hope you're hitting them with the band hammer. Holy fuck.
It is wild. It is absolutely wild. And I have talked to a lot of female VTubers who say the same thing. Like if they have a lower register voice, that men will automatically be like, oh, you're really a dude because you don't really sound like this kind of thing. So
I've seen it with hands. Like one person posted a picture of their hand holding something.
I saw that too. I saw that too.
Like,
they're giving them shit
like,
for their hands.
Bro. Yep.
Bro.
Like, what the fuck?
Like,
again,
grass.
Yeah. Again, pit of hell. It's one of the pits of hell.
Well, I have a theory about like certain ones. They're worried about, and okay, I need to say this in a very PC kind of way.
Helmets on, everybody.
Yeah. Here we go.
Because I am the sailor mouth, but some female presenting VTubers, their audience is very, let's say, enamored with them and might have had certain, let's say, fantasies or thoughts about them. And then one of the things they are terrified of is that the object of their dreams that it's actually a man. So they're so I think that is sometimes where some of that like animosity can come from, because I don't want to have had my, let's say, private time and then find out the person I had my private time thinking about is actually a dude. So I think that's where a little bit of it comes from.
Sir, your private time is with the cartoon.
Right,
sir,
exactly.
Sir,
who cares?
Your private time has been with the cartoon, not a real person anyway.
Who hurt you, Junior?
Yeah, no shit. Dear
but yeah,
God.
I do think that's where it comes from.
I think you're right.
Anyway.
I think there's some of that. Yeah.
I mean, the other part of it is just god-awful incels on the internet, because there's a lot of that.
Yeah, or they think that a woman's going to send them, like, sexy lingerie pictures to, quote-unquote, prove them wrong.
Yeah, porque no los dos, man. I mean, that's, yeah. You know what that? Oh, you don't know what that means?
Why not?
Why not both?
Oh.
Why not both? Porque no los dos.
Why not both?
The two? Yeah.
That's fair. I guess that technically works.
Yeah. I'm like, it's a bunch of just creeper dudes, and let's be honest, more often than not, creeper dudes, and it's like, man, go touch grass. Just go out and
one of many reasons why I am a turtle is because I didn't want to deal with certain people thinking that because I took a certain shape that I owed them a specific thing. It's like, did you see the brouhaha a few months ago where like one of the VTubers showed themselves and they were a plus size woman? And they're like, you catfished us because your model isn't plus size.
Yeah,
and it's like, are you joking?
The catfishing VTuber. That, you know what? That's when it started. That's when the 16-year-old joke started. That I was really a 16-year-old boy. Fuck it, I'm a 16-year-old girl in my bedroom, in my parents' house. Yeah, fuck it. That's it. That's the truth. God damn it, man.
People are wild.
You're a cartoon. You can't catfish. You're a fucking cartoon.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah, so one of the reasons that my boat's similar to, like, I didn't ever want to do the whole, like I say ara now as a joke, but I didn't want to ever be like, oh, you're just trying to be the sexy dude on the internet. No, I'm just not.
Yeah, you're a dad VTuber. You didn't want to be a daddy VTuber.
No, definitely not.
I gotcha.
You know, at the same time, who is that fellow who's the doll? I mean, there's a lot of... Porcelain Maid. I mean, he's like, hey, man... I have this form because I get more viewers. So, I mean, that's just the nature.
If you're going to do it, be honest about it.
That's the nature of the internet. So I was like, whatever, man, knock yourself out. And weren't you saying also that, like, but I think it to a certain extent, it's almost subconscious. Weren't you saying like human VTubers or something get more,
absolutely,
like clicks or something?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, which is interesting. I never even considered that, and I'm like,
something psychological. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like it's probably just built in there, right? And it's like, okay, boom. I mean, it's just the way we are.
Yeah, I was told by a friend of mine who knows who I am as Toluca versus I have another model for my real life for a whole different project, and that is basically a drawn version of me of sorts, like real life me. And they said, why don't you use that one instead? That one is much more relatable.
See, there you go.
Yeah, and I'm like, well,
I don't want to.
Yeah, and it's like, as far as like being my genuine self, I'm more my genuine self as Toluca. Because the other one is basically for like the business side, because I'm a writer. So my avatar as a writer, even though I hardly do shit with it, is apparently much more relatable just because of how it looks than somebody who has had like over a year and a half of content, getting to know people and putting myself out there. Yes, she's much more relatable just because she might have, long hair where I have none. So
I think that really is just a human thing, right? I mean, we're used to
we are
seeing talking humans. Yeah. It makes sense.
I will
it
tell
makes
you,
sense.
In a former life, I did try to do face cam stuff. And
did you really? What did you think? How did
I hated it because I was constantly on high alert for what I was looking at.
Oh,
I have the same problem.
Really?
So,
okay.
One of the main reasons I chose, and a big part of the reason that my character, you can't see my eyes, that was by design. I never want my model, no matter what model I end up with down the line, I never want to have eye tracking.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because I wear glasses in real life. My otter self is very much just me as an otter.
Gotcha.
Maybe a little less rotund, perhaps, but
I know eye tracking is hard with glasses, right?
Exactly.
It's
hard, yeah.
Because of the way the light reflects.
Yeah, and like, I only know this because there's like Vroid or V whatever it was had some free models you could try with, and every time I tried, like, I had like this tick because my eyes were not tracking correctly.
Gotcha.
Actually, fun fact: if you ever pop into my stream and I have the bean on my head, the bean has eye tracking. Watch her eyes, and you'll see what it would be like if I had actual eye tracking. That's a fun little otter Easter egg for you.
Okay, very cool. All right, very, very cool. I will keep an eye out next time.
But yeah, so face camming wasn't for me, mostly because I just kept becoming very like, I have OCD. Like we want to talk about mental disorders. I have pretty bad OCD. Like I cannot function while I'm thinking about where I'm looking. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. It's very distracting. I understand.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Anyway.
And that takes away from the what you're doing. I mean, That really does. It becomes no fun. Yeah. No, I get it.
All right. So, any closing statements on any of the topics that we have discussed today?
Be yourself, and just you know what? If you're gonna do this, just do it to have fun.
Yes.
Honest to God, just please, just do it to have fun.
All right.
And don't be a dick.
Don't
be a dick.
Yeah. You know, the world has a bunch of different types of people in it. You can choose not to be an asshole. Do
That's
it.
very true.
There's only one commandment in the Book of Odd, and it is don't be a dick.
Holy shit, that is the truth. That is so true.
That, or just one stone tablet with that written on it.
You stole that from George Carlin. You stole that, Ani. Sorry, I won't tell anybody. I won't tell anybody.
I actually stole it from Bo Burnham. I guess he probably stole it from George Carlin.
There you go.
The circle of life.
The circle of
absolutely.
life.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, thank you, one and all, for joining us on this lovely road of vtubular nonsense. And before we go, let's just go around once again. And if you want to hype up anything that you are working on, or just mention your stream, I don't know, wherever you mainly stream, I say we do that now. So, Toluca, why don't you go ahead and tell the lovely audience where they can find you?
Okay, I am primarily on Twitch at twitch.tv/Toluca Turtle, all one word, no underscore or anything. That's where I mainly do my streams. And then I have a YouTube channel with basically the same so it's simple enough. And it's all one word again, because if you search for Toluca Turtle 2 words, it doesn't actually show up. But next month, I'm going to be doing more card making streams because we have Christmas and holiday cards going out, so look for that. And I'm also trying to do more writing streams because I've been a little lacking. So, all right, everybody, that's me.
Right. Dan, where can they find you?
Man,
bunker.
Yeah, I'm in the bunker. I'm on the Twitch. I'm on the TikTok.
This is how you can tell he's really an old person.
I know. That's the trick, right? I'm on the YouTube. I don't know where else. That's pretty much it. I have Toluca has inspired me when my insomnia hits at night. I start reworking my book because I got the rights back. So I'm pulling out all the goddamn romance and thank you. And I'm making it the book I want to make it. So I've been doing that at night. So if you ever tune in at like 3:00 in the morning, I'm doing that with the paper right there and just stuff playing in the background.
That's why
allegedly
you're popping up randomly. Like I'll wake up first thing in the morning. It's like Dan Tansky's streaming. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's why. Yes.
So you want to go ahead and tell them where the actual URL, twitch.tv/
it's Dan Tansky Monster Hunter. That's it. Dan Tansky Monster Hunter. All one word. All one word.
Like, we got to tell the people how to find you. I know you're off the grid, but come on.
That's right. I'm behind the Wendy's. I'm behind the Wendy's off the grid.
Bro, get me a 4 for 4. All right, and I am the Oddter VTuber at twitch.tv. Pretty much type at ODDTERVT wherever your VTubers are sold, and you'll find me. Until next time, one and all, remember to... Oh, I almost did my own exit on that one. That's what VTubing does to your brain. That's VTubing brain rot. Thank you for joining us, everybody, and we will catch you next time out on the road. Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.